Okay guys, so today is a new day and I wanted to start off this video by just talking about social media in general. Somebody made a comment on my last video that said I'm going to get sick from eating expired food, I think he said, or expired stuff maybe. And then he went on to say that I must be desperate. And I just want to address that really quick because people have this really awful, misconception that if you're a dumpster diver, that you're a desperate individual who needs something that you can't get, and so somehow that makes you desperate. And that couldn't be farther from the truth for me personally. You know, it's just not a nice thing to say because there are people who dumpster dive who feed their families that way, and they have to do it out of necessity because maybe their children won't have a nice lunch, or because they are too busy paying or saving for a house or paying for their rent. And it's just sad that people could say some of the things that they say on social media and get away with it. I mean, I'm not desperate and I don't dumpster dive because I have to. I'm fortunate enough that I do it because I believe that there's too much waste in the world, and I feel like if me going to get something from the dumpster that could help somebody else prosper in some way, or if I could get something for myself that I could use, that sure I could pay for, but I could also find it for free. I do this as a hobby, and I do it because why not? I mean, I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not making anyone's life miserable by doing it. And that doesn't make me a desperate person by any means. And I just thought that was really hurtful. So I just want to say to the person who said that to me, you are not affecting my life in any way by making those comments, because I'm happy enough as a person to know that I have a great life. And whether that means I have a lot of stuff that's expired or not expired doesn't in any way make me a bad or desperate person for being a dumpster diver. So I just want that to be clear. This is a waste problem. This is a hobby. This is a recycling problem. This is a waste in America problem. This is a waste in the world problem, but this is not something that I do out of desperation. So now that I've got that out of the way, sorry for the rant, but I just want people to be aware that being a dumpster diver doesn't mean that you're a bad person or a desperate person. I would never judge anyone based on the things that they do unless they were harming other people in some way, or hurting people. I mean, that I'm not okay with, but people can do whatever they want and I would never judge them for it. So if that makes you feel better, sitting behind your phone or your computer, then so be it. But I'm a happy gal over here, and I'm sitting here with my pup, who's currently sleeping. As usual, he's 14. But yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna cut that off because you're not even worth my time. But today, I'm gonna add, I haven't made the video yet, so this is the prequel. But you're gonna see in a video in just a sec here that last night I went to Aldi and I got a lot of fresh vegetables. And so I thought that because after all, I do have a degree in culinary arts, maybe we could cook something together with something that's expired trash. I've been putting together a video for a long time, and I'm going to go ahead and make this that video. But yeah, so without further ado, here's the video. I'm gonna go get my knives together and I'll see you in just a sec. Okay, just got back from a run from Aldi and scored some stuff. So these are some oranges. Half of them are no good, as you can see, but they were all thrown away. And these are still good. So I washed these off already. This was a 3-pound bag, if that focuses, of oranges. And there's still about 2 pounds in here that were good. The other ones, you know, like if one is damaged in the whole thing, they'll throw the whole thing away. So let me just get rid of this. I've got this entire tote here of stuff that we found, and it contains organic zucchini. As you can see, no, you can't see that probably. Let me grab a knife. This beautiful organic zucchini. One of these in the package is no good, so they threw away both of them. But this one is still perfectly fine. So we're gonna keep this one. We'll toss this one real quick. Also got this really nice bag of Vidalia onions. Absolutely nothing wrong with a single onion in this bag. I did get some plums too. Most of them were bad. Only these 3 were salvageable. Oh, I lied, 4. So I got 4 plums. And then some broccoli. There was 2 bags of broken sugar that were broken in the dumpster that spilled everywhere. So that's why I'm in the process of rinsing everything off, so that it won't be like all sticky and sweet with the ants and stuff. So yeah, this broccoli, as you can see, this one is turning a little bit yellow. I mean, in very, very small amount of spots there, but the other 2 crowns are totally fine. Winston, no more. So I'm just gonna wash the sugar off these. As soon as I come home, I like to take them home, prep them, and get them ready to be eaten, so that Winston, so that they're ready to be eaten and they're clean from the dumpster and everything. Okay, so more organic zucchini. As you can see, this one was broken in half, but the other one is totally fine. So I'm just gonna cut this open. We'll take the good one. It has a little bit of a brown spot there, but that's just from when it was growing. And then that's a pretty clean break. And it's not rotten, so I'm actually just gonna cut that part off and save this. So this is about a half a zucchini that's completely fine, that did not belong in the dumpster. And an organic one at that. Insane. Absolutely insane. We got another one here. 2-pack. This one, totally fine. Don't see anything wrong with this one at all, either of them. I mean, they might be a little yellow. I'll have to, when I cut them open for cooking. This one's a little shot right there, but the other side's totally fine. So these ones are on their way to being no good. But they're not bad. So I'm gonna save those guys. Still have life. I also got some cocktail tomatoes. There's sugar all over these as well. And raspberries or something, I'm not really sure. More broccoli. This one appears to be a little bit more yellow right here, but that doesn't mean you can't just cut that part right out. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this broccoli whatsoever. usually when I take it home, or if I'm getting it out of the dumpster, what I like to do is make sure that I don't get one that the plastic is all busted, because it's least likely to get other stuff from the dumpster on it, you know? So like whatever else they threw in there, the juice from whatever else won't get in there. And that's not key, but it's sort of important so that you don't contaminate stuff. Luckily for me, none of my grocery stores throw any meat in their dumpsters. I've never seen meat in there once. It's only been fruit, vegetables, and like dry goods and regular trash and stuff, but I've never seen meat in any of my grocery stores that I visit. Got another bag of red potatoes here. There is no sprouts on any of them. They're totally fine. And then I've got a bag of apples that are covered in sugar, as you can probably see through the bag. I see one back here that has a brown spot on it. And literally that's it. So I think they threw it away for that one apple right here. So I'm gonna clean these up, get everything prepared for cooking, and then maybe tomorrow we can make something like this. So stay tuned. We will definitely do something with all this delicious produce that we got. Hey guys! Okay, so we are now down in the kitchen about to make something delicious. I'm putting together this Salad Chef electric slicer and shredder that I got out of the Aldi dumpster last night. They throw away anything that has been returned, and it still has all the paperwork in it. It actually still has the receipt too, which I don't know why they would leave that in there. But it came in the box, everything's still wrapped in plastic. Not sure if it was used or not, but it doesn't have any sort of watermarks on it. It doesn't have anything. It looks like someone bought it and then changed their mind and returned it. But they put a number 36 on the top there, which either means it was a return or 36 means trash, because everything that I find in their trash has a number 36 on it somewhere. So I don't even know how to put this thing together, but I'll figure it out real quick. Just picking up my mess. But in last night's video, I got organic zucchini, which it's so awesome finding stuff that you can use, but finding something organic on top of that is just like such a bonus for dumpster diving, in my opinion. So I figured, since I'm trying to figure out how to put this together, so I apologize. I figured, since I got all that chocolate last week out of the bed and bath store, that was totally fine. And then since I got the zucchini last night, maybe I could make a delicious zucchini bread for you. So if you've never had a zucchini bread, it's sort of like a banana bread, but it's really moist because zucchini is like 95% water. And sorry, I'm just trying to figure this guy out. I don't know what this part goes to. Oh, it goes down. Okay. But zucchini bread is absolutely delicious. And since I have everything, I figured, since I am a chef after all, that I would make something for you that maybe you could make yourself. Okay, I have no idea what I think I just took this part off now. So bear with me while I figure this contraption out. I think I got that. Okay. And then this just slides right over, I think. Okay, I think I figured it out. Let me plug it in and see if it works. I've got a whole setup over here, so you'll have to excuse the mess. But I think I'm pretty organized considering all the mess I've made. Come on, make it over here. Woo! Okay, so I think it works. Awesome. Appears to work. So you recall in the video that it's okay, buddy. Winston's wondering what's going on. This was the zucchini that the top part broke off, and then because it was not 2 full zucchinis, they threw the whole zucchini away, even though they were both perfectly fine. So I only need 1 cup of zucchini here, so I'm just going to slice off the end here, and you'll see there's a little brown spot right there. Not a big deal. I'm just going to cut that off. Looks like that now. And then I think this whole thing might fit. Cut this in half. So I'm going to cut this in half. I'll shred into this bowl over here. So you'll have to forgive the noise for just 1 minute while I shred this. And this will be the only time I'm making a lot of noise. Oh, those are crinkles. I don't want crinkles. I meant to do... Oh, the joys. This is the crinkle attachment. I meant to change it to this one that I pulled out and forgot to put on. Okay, so we'll try this again. They are such cute little crinkle fries. Like, I can make crinkle French fries out of them. How cute. So in a normal kitchen, I would never have my hair down. I would be wearing a chef coat right now. But the beauty of cooking at home is that I can do this however I want. Okay, so we'll try that again with the right attachment. Not too shabby. I think I'm gonna need more than this though. What happened, it all got stuck in there. I was wondering why it wasn't coming out. Okay, that's more than enough. I was gonna say, where is the zucchini going? Okay, so that's definitely a cup there. Just gonna clean this out. Obviously, you should probably unplug this first before you go sticking your hands in there, but I know that my hand is not anywhere near the dial of the on button. But for safety reasons, probably turn it off or unplug it before you do that. So when I first started culinary school, I 1000% started because I wanted to be a baker. That was my ultimate dream. I wanted to bake goods for the rest of my life. And I was super thrilled at the idea of becoming a chef, because you have to do the whole program, but baking is something that I really, really enjoy. Give me 1 second to get a bowl, a bigger bowl. So I really, really thought that was gonna work out really well when I first started school. So the first year of school, you're basically taking a lot of prep classes, and you're taking all the like preparedness classes, the science classes, you know, getting ready for the actual cooking. And first year went great. So second year came around, and this is where your introductory classes started coming around. Or maybe like second semester, first year. Spraying some Pam in there, just so it doesn't stick. You could also flour it after you Pam it, but I don't see any reason. It's gonna be a really moist cake. But my first baking class ever, I used to have to get up at 4:30 in the morning, which is nothing compared to, like, you know, Panera Bread, let's say. They get up at, I think they started the night before at like 11 o'clock at night, and then they're there all night. And I'm not really a nocturnal kind of a gal. I mean, sometimes I go to bed at 8 o'clock at night, and not because I'm I'm just used to it. I just have always liked going to sleep early. I just love my sleep in general. But long story short, once I started realizing how the mornings were working, I was not a fan at all. And there was no way that I was going to get up to make baked goods so that people could enjoy them at, 9 o'clock in the morning with their coffee, and I was going to be exhausted. So scratch that, changed my major, got a degree in culinary arts only, not with an emphasis on baking, even though I took all the baking classes that I had to graduate. That's how I became a chef and not a baker. So that's just a little background about me. But yeah, so without further ado, we're gonna start on the cake. Or it's not really a cake, but on the bread. It's called a quick bread. So I'm just gonna need 1 egg here. You can easily double this recipe. I'm just doing 1 because I don't really eat that much that I bake normally. I usually give away everything, so this one will just be for me. So I'm gonna beat the egg here, and I wish I had my trash figured out here. You guys probably can't see it, but I've got my awesome trash can that I found in the Aldi dumpster, or not Aldi, in the Bed and Bath store dumpster, which was one of my favorite things I've ever found. It was like $179 or something for this trash can. Where do these people come off charging $179 for a trash can? So I always repurpose jars and stuff. This year, for some reason, I've had a lot of ants, and I can't figure out where they're coming from. And they're big ones too, but I love to save jars and reuse them as much as possible. Instead of just like throwing this in a plastic bag. It's already in a plastic bag. That just kills me. So I stick it in these jars. I have them all over my house for all different reasons. And yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbled. I'm gonna have to do this kind of lopsided, so forgive me. I put in just 1 egg. You could easily double it, like I said. And then this normally calls for a cup of sugar, but I'm not a huge sugar person. I would rather have it less sweet, in my opinion. I think stuff is like, our palates are so sugary these days, and I eat so much candy on its own, like I don't need it anymore in like a quick bread. So I put about half a cup, and then I'm also going to add this chocolate bar that I found out of the Bed and Bath store, you'll recall from 2 videos ago. So between the sweetness of this, which is only 85% dark chocolate, so it doesn't have a lot of sugar at all, but between this and the chocolate, it'll give it some nice richness, and it'll be delicious. I don't need an entire cup of sugar in here, but if you have a sweet palate and you want to make it extra sweet, baking is a science for sure. Like if it says 2 cups of flour, definitely put 2 cups of flour. But with sugar and stuff, I mean, you could take away from one and add to another by, a chocolate and then regular sugar. I mean, do whatever you want when it comes to that. But if it says 2 teaspoons of baking soda, just add the 2. You don't want to mess with the science of that. So I also need vegetable oil. And I definitely could have used melted butter, but I didn't want to defrost any and then wait for it and then do it. I'm kind of just making this really fast. So I'm just gonna put a half a cup of vegetable oil here. Didn't get this from the garbage, but good old Costco. Slowly add in this half a cup of oil, get it all mixed together, and then you can go ahead. And the thing I love about quick breads is they're pretty much like a one and done in the mixing bowl. I mean, you don't really have to mess with this. So Got half a cup of oil in there. I'm gonna go ahead and add in this zucchini, which I only need a cup. So the rest I will put in a salad that I'm probably gonna have for lunch. I'll take out these chips that I accidentally put in there. I'm gonna put like a heaping cup, pack it in there, and the rest I will put on a salad later. So my cup is going in. At this point, because I have chunks of stuff, I'm not gonna use my whisk anymore. I'm gonna switch to a spatula. So I'm gonna go ahead and incorporate that in. Be nice and delicious. And then I've got a teaspoon of vanilla. I don't usually measure vanilla. Don't kill me. That's about a teaspoon to me. So a teaspoon of that. Mix it in. And then this is the part where we want to start folding. I'm going to put my dry ingredients in, and I don't want to over mix anything. So that will toughen up the dough. The gluten in the flour will start to get really tough the more you mix it. So flour likes to not be messed with. So I've got a cup and a half of flour in here, a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and an eighth of a teaspoon of baking powder. And I think that's all I've got. Oh, and I didn't put any salt in here. I'm gonna put, did I put salt? I don't think I did. So I'm just gonna put a little pinch in there. Hopefully it won't be too salty. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add the flour. I usually like to do a third at a time. Fold it in. If you don't know what folding is, you're just going to go from the bottom up, turn your spatula up and around, and then I do another third. Got a big pile of the cinnamon now. Let's go from the bottom, and doing this just ensures that you don't over mix it. I mean, it's better to be under mixed than over mixed. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest. So at this point is when I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping my chocolate. And this has not incorporated a ton yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it like this. It will start to soak in, but at this point, I'm gonna start chopping up my chocolate to throw in there, because I don't wanna do it when that's already all mixed together and everything's completely homogeneous, because when I add the chocolate and then add the chocolate in, it's gonna be overmixed at that point. So better to undermix than overmix. I'm gonna save some of this for me, because I'm gonna make a cup of coffee. I just turned on my pot. I don't know if you can see the Keurig's on right now. This is the point where I would use a Keurig. But I'll use about 2/3. This will be for the chef. This will be for the bread. So I'm just gonna chop it up into squares. You could chop it up fine. You could chop it up small squares, big squares. However you want to chop this is however it will be, and it will be totally fine. So I just want to make sure that every little bite will have a tiny piece, hopefully. And to me, this looks good. So I'm not sure if you can see it. That's how my pile looks. I am going to bring my bowl back over, and I like to put my cutting board at the end, and then just go ahead and dump it in. I remember one of my favorite chefs when I was in culinary school. He was a vegan. He would try everything, but he was one of my favorite people. And he would always call the bakers, when they would come over for dropping off the pastries for the dinner service, he would call them sticky pans, which is hysterical because it's just funny. I mean, I don't know why it's so funny to me, but he would call them sticky pans. Okay, so now it's getting pretty good, pretty worked in. I can see chocolate, a ton of it. And you know what? This looks a little dry to me. I'm gonna add another egg. I'll add the whole thing. I'd rather add more egg than more oil, for sure. And now that I just talked about overmixing, that's exactly what I'm doing, which is exactly what I didn't want to do. But you know what? It looks a lot better now. Okay, so now everything is completely mixed in. We've got one homogeneous bowl. See, that's why I didn't over mix it to begin with. Could you imagine if you had mixed it together and then it was a disaster? So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this into my greased baking loaf pan. Stick it in there. My oven just turned on from preheating. Get every last little good bit here. Okay. What I also like to do is, while I've got it in the pan before I get it in the oven, I'm just going to go ahead and tap it down on the counter, and that's gonna help it get to a smoother level. And it's also gonna get any air bubbles out of it that I had put in as I was emptying it into this container. So I just do it a few times, not a big deal. And I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in the oven. If you don't do a lot of cooking, you'll know when something is ready in the oven when you can start to smell it. Obviously, if it's like a beef tenderloin or something, it's gonna smell a lot. You're gonna smell it in your house before it's probably done, because it smells like meat cooking in an oven. But with like baked goods and stuff, when you start to really smell it and it perfumes your nose and you just can't get that smell out of your nose, that's usually right when it's done. So I have taken expired ingredients from a dumpster and have created a delicious meal. I can't stress enough, and I'm not gonna rant again, but I can't stress enough how important it is for me personally, how good it feels to take something that was trash and turn it into treasure. And it doesn't have to just be items from a dumpster, that saying that's, one man's trash is another man's treasure. It could also be for food. I mean, this is going to be delicious, and I'm going to eat it soon. It's probably going to be ready in about 50 minutes or so, maybe 45, because it's a smaller loaf. But yeah, it's going to be delicious. I got it out of the trash. I'm not ashamed that I got it out of the trash. I'm not desperate because I got it out of the trash, and it's going to be delicious. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to add the rest of the video in now here so that you can see the video that I've been working on for about, I don't know, I'd say like almost 2 weeks or so. But I've been taking expired items from my house that I've collected, either dumpster diving, stuff that I just haven't used, or items that I've just found that were expired, like this chocolate bar, for example. And I've been eating nothing but expired foods and documenting it for you so that you guys can see that just because it says it's best by July whatever doesn't mean that on that date it goes bad. It doesn't mean that at all whatsoever. I have not been sick. I'm standing here alive today. You too, if you're interested in dumpster diving, or if you already do it, already know that, but you too can do this. You too can help the waste problem in America by going to your local store, if the laws are applicable, check in your town first, and help out the problem here that we have. So 40% of the food grown in the entire United States, 40% of it goes in the trash. And then another 20% is wasted by consumers who buy the food. So a total of 60%, 60, that's over half of the food grown in America ends up in the trash, which is insane. I can't stress enough how important this is to me and how passionate I am about helping the environment. So here's the rest of the video, and we'll check back in later when this is done. Okay, good morning, everybody. I wanted to bring a super crazy video because I just want you guys to know how long you can go past expiration and I'm going to be totally fine. So I don't know how long this video is going to take because I have to see what I have, what's expired, start eating this stuff, and then sort of document it for you. So I don't know when you'll be getting this video, but today is, Alexa, what's the date?
It's Tuesday, July 16th.
Tuesday, July 16th. Okay, so there you have it. So you know that this is real. I'm gonna start off with this bar that I found in a previous video. It was one of my snack videos where I found a ton of these like protein style type bars, granola bars and all that. I think it's a video called Free Snacks for Life or something. But anyways, this is one of those snacks that was in there, and this expired, if it'll focus, for 2019. So I know a lot of people are kind of crazy about expiration dates, and I'm sure none of you guys that are watching this video are. Maybe you're interested in dumpster diving, and you know, some people do this out of necessity because it is expensive, you know, for families and everything going on in the world today. Like, you know, everything is just so expensive, I feel like. So whether you want to do this because you have to, or because, you know, it's just fun for you like it is for me, or, you know, you just are worried about the waste in the environment, which there's a ton of, you know, that's why I love doing this also. But yeah, I'm just rambling at this point, but I wanted to bring you this video so that you can see how long you can go past the expiration in eating this food. So I don't want to talk with my mouth full, but I'm going to keep this video going. Over the next few days, I'm going to eat stuff that's very expired. And then a few days later, I'm going to pick up this video so that you could see I'm not sick or anything. So right now, it's the 16th of July. This expired in April. So this is 3 months past expiration. Not a huge haul. I mean, haul. Why did I say haul? It's not a huge, 3 months isn't, you know, that bad, I don't think. And what got me wanting to start this video was about a few weeks ago, I found a, not spice packet, it was one of those sauce packets that you kind of just dump it in the crock pot with a bunch of stuff, and then it makes the sauce already, like the sauce is already made, you just dump it in. And that expired in 2016. And I said to myself, I know this is 3 years old, but these things are just loaded with preservatives. I wonder, and I hope that I, you know, won't get sick from eating this, but I'm gonna try it. So lo and behold, it was over 3 years old actually. And I did just fine. As you can see, I'm still standing here. This is my little deck here. Excuse the terrible decking job. These are my little geese. Hi, babies. But yeah, I ate something that was 3 years past its expiration, and I'm still doing fine. And I wonder how many people on YouTube wonder the same thing. I wonder how many people out there that are a little bit nervous about dumpster diving for food because they think they're going to get sick. I wonder how many people there are out there like that. For me, I was a little bit iffy about something that's 3 years old, but a year past expiration, wouldn't even think twice about it. I mean, there's a couple things that I won't eat like a year past expiration, like, you know, potato chips or something like that, because those get stale. Cheese puffs, those kind of things, like popcorn, those kind of get stale too after a while. I mean, they're still good 6 months, but a year, it's a little iffy. But yeah, so basically, I just want you guys to know that the expiration dates really mean nothing in my opinion. So here I go. Day 1, July 16th. First item, 3 months past expiration. I've already eaten 1 square. Sorry for my chewing and talking. I hope it doesn't bother you. If it does, I'm really sorry. But yeah, here goes to the rest of the expiration. I'm going to do it this whole week, and then I'll film next week so you guys can see that I'm still alive and okay. All right. Take care, guys. Okay, so I am making a marinade right now, and I just came across something that is expired, so I just wanted to document it. I am making a Korean marinade for Korean barbecue later, since it's so nice out. It's 82 right now, or 85, I can't tell. Both my thermometers are saying different things. But anyways, it's a very nice night to do a barbecue, so I'm going to marinate some items. So was putting my marinade together. I've got onions and garlic in this bowl, and then I pulled out my sugar, and my sugar apparently expired July 15th, 2017. So it is July 20 something, I don't remember. Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Thursday, July 25th.
July 25th. Okay, so this is 1 year and 10 days past its expiration. So 375 days past expiration. So that means it was probably made sometime in 2016 or something. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that there's not a whole lot in here. I don't use sugar that often. I use it for my kombucha that I'm brewing, and I use it for sweet tea. But other than that, I don't really use it like, oh, and baking obviously, but yeah. Anyways, sugar, that's expired. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Nope, that's good until August of this year. So I've got a month left. I've had this puppy forever. I keep it in the fridge, outside in the garage, and it's good. But I just wanted to show you proof that I'm using sugar that is, wait, I said 300 days earlier. It's 2 years past expiration. So scratch that, way past it. I wasn't even thinking, I was thinking a year past expiration, but this is definitely 2017, which would make it over 600 days easily. So yeah, expired sugar going in the bowl for my marinade. I will catch you guys on the next expired item. So continue with my expired dumpster finds. I am cooking right now. I'm in the middle of cooking a Korean meal, and earlier I had made the marinade, which is here now in this bag. I've got some pork chops marinating in there. I am creating a salad right now, which is going to be, for me, it's a cabbage salad it's called a goma dressing in Korea, which is like a sweet and tangy sort of dressing for this cabbage salad that I'm making. And then this is my favorite side dish. And I'm using these potatoes that I got out of the dumpster just maybe 3 nights ago. I don't know why, but they got rid of a ton of potatoes. I'm talking maybe a quarter of an entire dumpster was filled with potatoes. So I only took 2 bags worth, which isn't a ton, but they were the big baking potatoes. When you buy their 10-pound bags, the potatoes are smaller, and then when you buy the 5-pound bag, the potatoes are nice and big ones. So I got a bunch of those. But I'm cooking a side dish right now called Banh Chung, and basically it's just soy sauce, water, little sugar, corn syrup, black pepper, rice vinegar, garlic, and I think that's it. Oh, and a little bit of sesame oil and sesame seeds later after this is done. So it's gonna sit there and cook now. And then, since I'm going with a Korean theme, I thought I would show you, these are dumpster apples that I got, which are totally fine. Just gotta cut off those little brown spots right there, and the rest of the apple's fine. But I've had this sitting in my fridge for a while, a very long while, and I'm gonna make it because I'm doing a Korean theme tonight. So, as you can see, this is buckwheat noodles with a spicy sauce, and they expired way back in October. So like 9 months ago these expired. I'm gonna open it up, make sure nothing smells weird. Obviously, when in doubt, throw it out. But I'll just do it now actually. I'm one-handed, so you'll have to bear with me for a sec. As long as, I mean, and this is in a wrapped bag here, but as long as nothing smells weird. This is so hard one-handed. And most people are in doubt, like no matter what, you know, which is totally I mean, they have that right. But for me, it could be a year old and I'll smell it first. It doesn't, okay, I'm getting nowhere with these scissors. I need more heavy duty ones, apparently. There we go. Okay, so these are the noodles, which are fresh noodles. They don't appear to have any weird smell to them. There's no mold growing on them. Nothing weird about these at all. They still have to be boiled and cooked. And then they come, oh, you get 2 of those. So 2 noodles and then a sauce package, which is gochujang, I'm guessing, and something else. But these are full of preservatives. And as you can see, I'm gonna open up these noodles just to give them a sniff test. It smells funny over here, and I'm like, what is that? But I realize it's the cabbage that I'm cutting right here. Yeah, these noodles smell completely fine. And I'm not showing my face while I smell it, but I promise you that I'm smelling it. So yeah, these expired back in October of last year, and I'm going to cook them up. I will show you a complete setup of the entire dinner here. So I will be eating these noodles, the cabbage, and the potatoes, and I'm gonna make some Korean sticky rice, and then I'm also making for my mom some Korean pork chops, and then she can take some with her. I don't know if she wants to take it for lunch or something tomorrow. She can take all that. But yeah, so I will update you as soon as this is all prepared and you see what it looks like. Okay, continuation on the video. I am eating this Cliff Bar. It expired March 15th, I believe that says, 2019. I have taken 1 bite out of it, but this is something that's been expired for 4 months now. I got these in one of my snack hauls, if you guys remember. I got tons of bars, so Unfortunately, in this video, you're going to see me eating a lot of bars and stuff, but that's just what I have. So these are coconut almond butter, nut butter filled Cliff bars, and been eating them just fine, and they are definitely way past their expiration, but I'm keeping this video up of all the expired foods that I'm eating from the garbage, and I just wanted you guys to see proof that you can eat expired foods way past their expiration and they're totally fine. So here goes to more expired foods. I'll see you on the next video when I eat something else. Good morning. I am awake and about to make a quick coffee today because I woke up late, and if you guys remember, I just got this coffee the other day in I think it was a Staples dumpster, but this expired back in February, so it's about 5 months old now, and I am about to make a cup of coffee, and I just wanted to show you guys that you can still drink coffee way past expiration. I have gone a couple of years over, so as long as it's sealed and not in like a sunny window just sitting there open or anything like that, coffee is totally fine past its expiration. So I'm going to pick one here. I'm going to have blonde. My Keurig is a little bit different. It's a very old Keurig, and I have figured out that if I want to make a cup without the grinds spilling everywhere, I actually cut this. So I'm going to show you how I do that in just a sec here. Let's see if I can prop you up here. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so I'm just going to do it by hand really quick. Okay, so once again, my video cut off, and I don't know what happened, but I'm doing this a second time with a second cup of coffee to show you all how I get my Keurig to work. So from the last video that I did about an hour ago with my first cup of coffee, this expired back in February 2019, and this Keurig machine is the first model ever made. So this machine is definitely at least 5 or 6 years old minimum. When the Keurig 2.0 came out, they started making the pods a little bit longer, taller I meant. So the older machines don't really take the new pods. So I figured out a way to go ahead and cut the bottom of my Keurigs. So there's a plastic piece in here, which is like a secondary filter to the first filter. And then this was my first cup. So as you can see, there's a little bit of grains up at the top here. If I were to put this regular Keurig in here, a pod, whatever, you can see that there's a little bit of a gap there, and that gap causes the beans to spill out on the top and in my cup with my old machine, because they're just made differently now. I don't know why they made the pods different, but they did. So I figured out a way. If you see a Keurig that's, at the Salvation Army or Goodwill, and you're interested in buying it, they still definitely work, but this is the trick that I learned. I just decided to cut one up one day, and it has changed my life, because we were going to throw this away, actually. We were going to donate it to Goodwill, because it still works, but I was going to get rid of it and get a new Keurig, because
you know, when the 2.0 came out, these just wouldn't work anymore, and coffee was just spilling out everywhere. And then we tried putting a filter in the cup so that it would catch the grains. But then, you know, you got to wash it every time, and, you know, sometimes you drink multiple cups a day. And we also have the regular pot, but, you know, sometimes it's just, you would just want one quick little cup. You don't want to make a whole pot. So anyways, they don't all have this little filter in them. Pete's Coffee has them, and the Starbucks coffee have them that I know of, but there are tons that don't have them at all. Like none of the Emerald ones have them. 8, Dunkin' Donuts doesn't have them. 8. I didn't mean to say 8. What was I trying to say? 8 o'clock, I think it's called, or something. Anyways, so what you do is you just take the pod, take that plastic piece out if it has it, and then I'm going to cut this off camera because I'm holding my phone with one hand right now. But I just make sure that you don't cut into the filter, otherwise the coffee will spill everywhere, and you don't want that to happen. But I mean, you could potentially cut off all this plastic, and when you're done, if you're not aware, because they do make eco-friendly ones now, this plastic is 100% recyclable, so you can recycle this 100%. So this is my new cut Keurig. You can see that I did not poke the filter, and you could potentially take all this off if you wanted to, but I just cut just to where I need it, and then I stick it in and make a cup. So you can drink expired coffee, and you can also use the first model ever made by cutting the bottoms off. So that's this video of my expired coffee, and I'm just gonna keep this video going because I have a lot of expired food to eat, and I'd like to just keep this going, you know. I just want people to be aware that expiration dates mean nothing, and we could all definitely benefit from saving all the waste that there is in the world, especially here in the United States. I feel like us and China are like the most wasteful countries ever. But yeah, so here's to another expired item, and we will continue this on the next video. All right, you guys, I am sitting here working on my computer, about to have a snack, watching Steve and Steph on TV, one of their dumpster dives from a long time ago. I love catching up on all their videos. But back to this video. I am having a snack because I'm just working on my computer and I needed something sweet to munch on. So I got these out of Aldi, and clearly you can see that they are Halloween snacks. Fruit snacks, and I'm sure they expired quite a while ago. This doesn't have a date on them, but I mean, clearly you can see it says Halloween, and it's now July. I don't know the date. Siri or Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Friday, July 19th.
Okay, so it's July 19th, and this is from October. So, just one more item that I wanted to show you. I'm going to be eating these, and they're just fine. Tastes delicious. So, here's to another expired item, and I will see you with the next one. Hey guys! Just doing a part 2 to my video. It's not really a challenge, but this is my expired foods video. So I told you that I would be keeping you up to date on all the things that I'm eating that have been expired. So I almost forgot to do a video because I don't even think about it sometimes, but I've eaten 3 of these already. I'm gonna work on my 4th one, but if you guys remember, I pulled these out of a dumpster
in a previous video from Office Max. Not too long ago also, but I'm trying to get that to focus. These expired on April 30th, 2019. So they aren't that expired, only 2.5 months, which isn't a ton, but it is chocolate, and some people, you know, are iffy about milk. I mean, if it was like cheese or something, I'd probably be a little bit weird. I don't eat a lot of cheese anyways, though, or milk in general. These are dark chocolate truffles, but 2.5 months. I'm just working on this whole bag apparently, but I wanted to show you that it is still good and I'm not going to die or get sick. They taste fine, and I just wanted to show you proof that here's some of my expired foods that I'm eating. So here's to the next video. Okay, so back to this video. I've got some eggs here. I got these out of a dumpster dive, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so. Oh, maybe 3 weeks ago. I can't remember. But as you can see, these eggs expired back on June 22nd. It's now the middle of July. I just took an egg out of here, right from the middle there, to show you what this egg looks like since it's, you know, past its expiration. So you'll notice when you look at an egg like this, that this part right here where you can actually see the circle, if your eggs, the longer your eggs like are old, the longer they've been, I don't know what's the right wording for that. The longer they've been laid and out in refrigeration, the older that they get is what I'm trying to say. The more of this white liquidy stuff you're going to see here. So if you can see, there's a lot of that white liquid in there, but there still is the circle that surrounds the egg here, which is a good thing. So I did it in the other video, but another way to tell is if you take one of the eggs, drop it in a bucket of water, and you can see from the side here that this egg is standing sort of on its side. It's on a diagonal right now. But if it was laying completely flat like this would be a super, super fresh egg. The older that it gets, it starts to rise because more air forms in the pocket down here. So if you've ever noticed when you are cooking boiled eggs and sometimes you get a really big air pocket down on the bottom with that like film, that's why, because there's a bunch of air down there. So if it's laying down flat, totally fresh, the more it starts to go vertical, the older it is. And then if your egg completely floats to the top like that, you know, your egg, it's time to throw it away. But these eggs are still totally fine. This one was just now a waste. I'm not going to cook it because I'm about to boil some eggs. But I just wanted to show you that it's July 16th. These eggs expired June 22nd, and I will be cooking these eggs. They are still 100% fine. You can see from the test, and that's how you can test your eggs when you're at home if you're a little bit nervous about whether or not they're still edible past the expiration. But boiled eggs for salad, egg salad, that's what I'm gonna do with them right now. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I'm sitting here eating this bar and I almost forgot to take a video of the expired bar that I found. I'm just having sort of lunch snack while I get some stuff done around the house, and I found this bar also. There's another video that's going to go before this. I was eating a bar the other day, and this was from the same set of bars that I ate, but I just needed a quick snack while I'm working around the house, outside, inside, and I'm getting dinner started at the same time, and I just needed something. And here it is. So this expired May 28th, 2019. Not crazy past the expiration. It's only July, so it's about 2 months old past expiration. But yeah, just wanted to document it before I ate it all and then forgot, because I did that yesterday. And I forgot to take a video of something that I ate, and I didn't want to just not show you that I'm actually eating it. So here goes, another expired item. Okay, so I have taken the bread out of the oven. It actually only took about 35 minutes for this to cook, and I've let it cool down. So this is the bread, and I'm just going to go ahead and slice into it right now. I wanted to do it earlier, but you're supposed to let it cool first. But I was patient enough to wait, and I'm gonna take it out of the pan now and have a bite so that you can see that I am eating this garbage. I should call this the zucchini garbage bread. But it's probably gonna be hard to tell. But if you can see, there's little green specks in there. So that's how you know it's the zucchini bread. But this is pretty good trash, you guys. While I was waiting for this to cook, I made a cup of coffee, so I already had another one. But this is still absolutely delicious. So I just wanted to show you. I don't want to eat on camera, but I wanted to show you proof, once again, that I am eating expired foods past their prime. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to continue to go ahead and eat this. And I just wanted to bring a little bit of awareness to the fact that food is still good that you can find in the dumpster. Sell-by dates mean absolutely nothing. And to me, sell-by dates mean absolutely nothing. And you too can enjoy this delicious, healthy food that you can find from the trash. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know it's super long, but I've been creating this video for weeks now, since July 16th, and I don't even know what the date is. It's Monday I don't know, let me check. Today is Monday, July 29th. So I've been creating this video for a while, and I wanted to make it longer actually, but when I got that comment about the guy telling me that I'm gonna get sick and I must be desperate, it sort of just snowballed into this video. So it was gonna be longer, but now that I've made the video, I'm like, wow, I think it's too long. I hope you guys have made it all the way to the end. And if you have, I appreciate it more than you know. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video so I don't make it any longer. But hope you guys all have a fantastic week. It is Monday, and I will see you on the next dive.